There is an island in the Aegean where it does not rain between April and October. No rivers, no lakes. The soil is volcanic ash and pumice with almost no organic matter in it. And out of that, Santorini produces one of the great white wines in the world. The grape is Assyrtiko, and the reason it works is a piece of plant chemistry that almost nothing else on Earth can perform. I'm Chris, certified sommelier and founder of Eat Drink Fun. This is Beverage Study, where I document core wine knowledge from grape varieties to wine regions and beyond. We start in the vineyard, because everything else flows from there. Santorini is what is left of a volcano that exploded in the 17th century BCE. The eruption was significant enough that some historians believe it hastened the end of the Minoan civilization and probably began the rumor of the lost city of Atlantis. What remains is a crescent-shaped island of ash, pumice, and dark basalt over limestone, and critically, no clay at all. No clay means no phylloxera. The root louse that destroyed European viticulture in the 19th century never successfully invaded here, so the vines are ungrafted, and some of the root systems are well over 100 years old. Some even claim to be 200 plus. It also means no water retention. For much of the growing season, morning fog and dew are the water supply. And then there's the meltemi, the summer wind that is strong enough to ground aircraft. So the growers coil the vines into a low basket on the ground, called collura. The fruit sits inside, sheltered. It looks less like a traditional vineyard than a field of woven reeds that somebody forgot to hang up. Now the chemistry. Almost every grape loses acid in heat. That is simply what ripening does. Assyrtiko holds onto tartaric acid through a hot, rainless summer and comes in at around 3 pH. Which is low even by white wine standards. Abundant sun delivers alcohol at 13.5 to 15%. Both high acid and high alcohol in the same glass is genuinely rare. And that single trait is a key reason why this Greek wine has an esteemed reputation and a dedicated following. Assyrtiko's color is predominantly straw, moderate concentration. On the nose, it's restrained. This is not an aromatic variety, and the wines are not trying to be. Lemon and lime, but the emphasis is on the skin and the pith aromas rather than the flesh. Yellow apple, citrus blossoms register quietly. In warmer years, you get apricot. What actually carries the wine is underneath the fruit: sulfur, struck match, ash, flint, and whetstone, and salinity, especially in wines from Santorini, which is a taste more than a smell, and is the thing one may remember most. Here's the surprising part, and I want to be honest that it catches some sommeliers too. After 3 or 4 years in bottle, Assyrtiko can develop petrol and kerosene aromas, the exact note that makes you say Riesling in a tasting. The correction is structure, not aroma. Riesling is 8 to 13% alcohol, light, and while the vast majority is bone dry, Riesling's off-dry and sweet expressions are often tested in wine exams. Assyrtiko is bone dry at 13.5 to 15% alcohol, with real weight, and it finishes with a drying grip on your gums that almost no white wine has. That grip is phenolic, from thick skins and small berries, and very low yields. If it smells like petrol and finishes like a light red wine, you're probably holding Assyrtiko. Which brings up an honest caveat. All of that describes Santorini, a dry, hot volcanic island where moisture is imparted through saline droplets of morning dew. Assyrtiko is now planted across Greece and away from the ashen soils and the water stress. It becomes a softer, fruitier, more aromatic wine with a little less of everything that made its name. These are some names worth knowing. At the top, Estate Argyros, particularly the Monsignori parcel, which is over 200 years old and ungrafted. Domaine Sigalas, from Pares Sigalas, a mathematician who started making wine in his family's cellar near Ia in 1991, before founding the winery in 1998. Hatzidakis, biodynamic and native ferment. Gaia, for thalassitis. More findable in the States and a good place to start? Vasaltis, Caramolegos, Venesantos. Of course, there's also the island cooperative Santo Wines, which also makes sparkling Assyrtiko. Two styles worth knowing beyond the standard dry expression. Nicteri, which means working through the night. It's made from very ripe fruit picked before dawn and aged in barrel. It's fuller, higher in alcohol, and occasionally it grows a layer of floor, just like a Fino sherry. And of course, there's Vinsanto, the island's sun-dried dessert wine, aged in barrel for years and capable of decades of bottle. Do not confuse it with the Tuscan Vinsanto. Different country, different grape, similar sweet style and spelling, endless confusion. And now, the bottle nobody expects. Alois Lagardère in Alto Adige grows Assyrtiko, in the Dolomites. So does Jim Barry in Clare Valley, from cuttings of Argyros wines dragged through the Australian quarantine. And finally, Aben Sadie grows it in South Africa. I mentioned Lagardère specifically because if you're skiing in Alta Badia or Corvara this winter, and you want to put something on the table that likely few have ever seen before, this is your bottle. A Greek volcanic grape grown in the Alps, poured at 3 in the afternoon after a day on the Selleronga. It's a small world after all. Do not serve Assyrtiko ice cold. At refrigerator temperature, you might lose the salinity and the texture entirely. For entry to mid-level bottles, 8 to 10 degrees Celsius or 46 to 50 Fahrenheit. Single vineyard and older bottles, 10 to 12 Celsius or 50 to 54 Fahrenheit. And give it air. Young single vineyard Assyrtiko is often tight and closed on opening. Pour a taste, walk away for 20 minutes, come back, it's a different wine. At the table, think acid, salt, and grip. Grilled octopus, fresh calamari, whole grilled fish, oysters, sea urchin. Anything fried, because the acid does the work of a lemon wedge. Roasted chicken and lamb with lemon and oregano. Feta, obviously, and the tomato and feta salad, either madakos or horiataki, just the things that I grew up next to. What to avoid? Sweet glazes, heavy chili, and delicate crudo, which the wine simply runs over. The reason Assyrtiko matters is not that it's Greek, or ancient, or grown somewhere photogenic. It's that a hot, rainless island with no fresh water produces a bone-dry white wine with the acidity of a cool climate wine and the weight of a warm one. And there is almost nothing else in the world that does both at once. One practical note. Santorini's vineyards have fallen from perhaps 3,000 to 4,000 hectares in the mid-20th century to somewhere around 1,000 today, lost to hotel construction and to the plain fact that hand-working basket vines under a hot sun in volcanic ash is brutal manual labor. 5 consecutive drought harvests have cut yields even further. Prices have moved, and they will continue to keep going up. So in sum, Assyrtiko is a white wine grape from Santorini that produces bone-dry, high-acid wines at 13.5 to 15% alcohol, with citrus, dusty ashen minerality, and a distinctively saline finish. If you want the Alpine version of this argument, watch the Lagrein episode. Same premise, opposite wine. A red wine that perfectly reflects where it grows. And if the Dolomites are on your calendar this winter, the Ski Village Guide is the one to watch next. It's a video that starts many of my custom adventure conversations. For more beverage study and custom adventure content, hit that like button, drop me a comment, and subscribe. Till next time, eat well, drink better, and have fun.